back up.
Oh goodness. All right, Jared, tell a funny story about you and me.
So Graham and I have a history of being very impassioned about things.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
How dare you?
We're both very strong of opinions, and so
I disagree.
and that's usually how it goes. So I guess Bill and I also have a history of epic arguments, but Graham and I have had some pretty epic arguments about nothing.
Yeah.
None so epic.
They're always, that's the thing. The most like epic arguments are always about just useless crap if you really think about it later.
The most epic of arguments that I can remember that we have ever had was at Bill's place when he was still living with Kate. In Bill's basement, before the age of Wikipedia, playing Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh yeah. Yes, I remember.
And I made a comment that was something like, "This looks a lot like Metal Gear, like the original Metal Gear and Snake's Revenge."
Yeah.
And Snake's Revenge.
Yeah.
And Graham was like, "What's Snake's Revenge?" And I was like, "It's the sequel to Metal Gear."
And I said, no. The sequel to Metal Gear is
Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake.
Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake.
Yeah. Because of course Graham had not played Metal Gear on the NES.
No.
No. Graham
So I was getting my information from the game.
From the game, which has a whole bunch of lore in it.
Yeah.
I had played Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Snake's Revenge on the NES, and gotten lots and lots of information, or literally played these games.
Yeah.
And so I was very passionate about the idea that no, in fact, Snake's Revenge was the sequel to Metal Gear. This escalated into a gigantic argument.
No, this is not the Metal Gear targeted with PS1 fallacy. This is Metal Gear for the NES. What was the sequel to that game?
Yeah.
Because I was sure it was Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, and she was sure it was Snake's Revenge.
Yeah, and in fact, what had actually happened is
we were both right.
Yeah, it was Metal Gear was released by Konami's Konami's like fake subsidiary Ultra, and then they commissioned a sequel by an American company called Snake's Revenge. But Kojima hadn't acknowledged it and had created his own sequel for the MSX. Regardless, this turned into an epic argument that I believe went as far as us calling game stores in town and asking them if they had ever carried the sequel to Metal Gear and if they had it still in their system.
I think we found someone who actually had a copy of one of them. I don't remember.
One of them, yeah. I don't know. I thought that was a pretty crazy story.
Yeah, yeah. It's oh gosh.
The fact that this can
Okay. There's a Tiger Electronics Snake's Revenge, apparently.
Wow.
Wow, I didn't even know that. I never knew about that.
Oh, there were Tiger Electronics of basically everything that Konami made. There was a Simon's Quest one, too.
Really? Wow.
Really?
So there you go.
Yeah.
Now you
Knock
know,
down,
Ben.
drag out, yelling at each other, calling game stores, argument.
Yep, about which the sequel to Metal Gear was.
Now solvable by Wikipedia in 5 seconds.
Yeah.